what do we got in the news?
Well, here we go. Let's start it off with Gavin Newsom. California Governor Gavin Newsom's Political Action Committee spent more than $1.5 million buying thousands of copies of his new memoir, accounting for about 2/3 of all copies sold nationwide, according to campaign finance filings. The PAC spending helped propel Newsom's memoir, Young Man in a Hurry, onto the New York Times bestseller list and is raising new scrutiny as his national profile builds ahead of a possible 2028 presidential run.
Yeah, man. But he's just here to do what's right. He's so damn tired of people taking stuff, and he's gonna fix that stuff.
Yeah,
he's here to do the damn right thing, man. That's all. That's his why and his if. He knows his if. He knows his why. He knows his theirs, and he's looking to do the right thing. He's trying to help people with stuff by buying books. And then taking money, laundering it to the publisher so he can get a sweet advance on his book deal.
You know what's funny? Because obviously now they have all of these books just sitting around, and they thought, well, what the hell are we going to do with these things? So they sent them out to people that donated to his campaign. And it reminded me of when we all bought Apple phones, and then the U2 album was on there. And you went, well, what the hell, man? I didn't want this. Now you're going.
Especially them.
Oh, awful. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna fight injustice, man. That's his thing, and move units of his own book. That's what he's into. It's not really his fault. It's the people. It's the people that vote. It's the people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, hero.
Representative Ilhan Omar says she and her husband aren't secretly sitting on millions, despite what her financial paperwork seemed to show, blaming an accounting error for the confusion. Omar's 2024 financial disclosure, not a tax return, listed her and her husband's assets somewhere between $6 million and $30 million. That's a huge jump from the previous year that raised many eyebrows online.
So she says some people did some things. That's her thing. That's 9/11.
Yeah. So what's funny is when she, into her calculations, she's actually worth somewhere between $18,000 and $95,000, which means by her calculations, me, Dawson, and Andrew are all wealthier than Ilhan Omar.
I would assume she's lying about everything all the time. But listen, the Democrats have painted themselves into a corner. They are the party of poor people, and they're the party of trying to take down rich people, except for they all want to be rich too and are. So now there's an issue because Trump being rich doesn't bother anyone who votes for Trump. Bernie Sanders having 3 homes and being a millionaire may bother. Optically, may not look good. You know what I mean? Like one of them, if you're a preacher and you go, a man shouldn't lay down with another man, that's fine. But once you get caught in the bathroom at the airport, now there's an issue.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want and do whatever I want because I don't pretend to know or pretend to care. So you guys are all the no king millionaires, and you're always the poor but proud millionaire people. So now there's an issue. Everybody is rich. Everyone is striving to get richer. Everyone is working the system and getting their husbands jobs, and Nancy Pelosi and her tax, her stock market tips and everything, and simultaneously having to pretend to be poor and sort of downtrodden and for the downtrodden. So it's a bit of a battle, and that's why Bernie Sanders switched it from millionaires to billionaires just in the last 10 minutes, because somebody tapped him on the shoulder and explained that he was also a millionaire. The greatest tape of this ever, I don't even know if we can find this, Dawson, but years and years ago, it was Howard Stern talking to Michael Moore. And Michael Moore's worth $50 million or so. He sold a lot of documentaries and made a lot of money. That's Michael Moore. But Michael Moore has to dress like an out-of-work lesbian trucker so people don't think he has money, because he rails against people with money. That's all he does.
Yeah.
So you can't be a guy with money and rail. Now, my thing is yes, you can. You can be wildly successful and still rail against anybody you want. That just means you're successful. But he can't do it. So one day he was on Stern. It was, God, at least 10 years ago, probably more. And Stern doing what he does, he was just like, well, "You're a millionaire, right?" "Oh, no.
You were talking about this back in 06, so it was a while.
I don't think it was that far back, but maybe it was a long time ago. But Michael Moore, by the way, net worth was $50 million at the time. It's like, wow, no. But you're a millionaire, right? And he goes, "Oh, no. And he goes, Stern keeps drilling down. He goes, "But you're worth $1 million. Are you not worth $1 million?" And he goes, "Maybe with the house." All right. So what's he doing? He's lying because he wants to rail against rich people, and he doesn't want you to know he's rich.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Well, much like seeing somebody that is your same nationality in a movie or on TV, they have to be able to. The people that are ingesting this content have to look at the people putting it out and go, "You know what? One day I can also be worth $50 million and lie my ass off to people."
Yes.
So it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
So speaking of Democrats, James Carville previews what is in store for Democrats if they retake power and says that they should just keep their plans quiet.
He's gone insane.
Yeah.
The Democrats win the presidency in both houses of Congress. I think on day one, they should make Puerto Rico, D.C. a state, and they should expand the Supreme Court to 13. Fuck it, eat our dust. They've done everything they could. They held up the 2000 election. They stole it. They've stolen Supreme Court seats. They've gerrymandered everything that you can. And the only way to fight this is don't run on it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Just, okay, we got 54 senators and we got 13 court members. Thank you. Goodbye. Because you're not going to get a fair shake any kind of way in this system. 18% of the United States elects 52 senators. Well, you're not going to make it equitable, but you'll make it better by adding Puerto Rico and D.C. The Democrats win.
Not even hiding it.
Well, here's the thing. If I thought it was a good outcome, then I'd be for it. Like, my thing is like, I don't have an inherent problem with, let's say, there's two systems, right? You got Democrat and Republican, but you also have metric and standard. I don't have a built-in bias or a problem with SAE American standard stuff, 3/8 wrenches, versus 10 millimeter wrenches or something. Metric is a little better.
Yeah.
It's a better system if you're a mechanic, because the reason it's a better system is because if you have a 5/8, if you have like a 5/8 socket and it's a little too small, a little too big, then someone will go, "You want to go to 1/2 inch or the 9/16?" But
Math.
you have to think. But metric, if you got a 12 millimeter socket and it's like a little too big, you just get an 11. You just go, and that's too big, you go with a 10.
Yeah, real men keep both, by the way. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
it's an easier life. But here's my whole point. They both work. Use the standard stuff on the Chevys, and use the metric shit on the Nissans, and fine. And I don't have an inherent problem with Democrats or Democratic policy, except for it's a shit show and it ruins states and cities. The old version, Bill Clinton, 1997, whatever, fine. It's fine. I don't my thing is I'm not against Democrats for the sake of being against Democrats. I just see what their cities turn into, and it turns into a shit show. So if it was the difference between standard and metric, I just go, I don't know, flip a coin. Well, I'll go standard or I'll go metric, because they're both pretty effective and they both work about the same way. This is not that. I live in Los Angeles. You guys fucked it up badly, and you want to keep going that way. So I don't know. And what's Carville want? That's the other thing too. I just want fucking lower taxes and a border. That's all. And in school choice. Why is that bad? And by the way, if that's what you guys wanted, then it'd be fine. But everything's drag queen story hour and defund the police and hand out needles. in the Mission District.
Yeah, and they always talk about the system. Oh, it's the system. It's like, well, that system also made you wealthy. What are you talking about? So, yeah. All right. One more here. So, White House Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, said Friday the Trump administration is working with the FBI and other federal agencies to review a growing number of cases involving American scientists who have gone missing or died, and to determine whether any of these cases might be connected. In light of the recent and legitimate questions about these troubling cases, the president's commitment is to the truth. The White House is actively working with all relevant agencies and the FBI to review all of these cases together and identify any potential commonalities that may exist.
The thing that's crazy about a couple of them are, this guy just went out for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. And the other, there's another one who just went for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. I'm not sure how the handgun factors in on the walk. Some people do that, but these are science. They aren't ranchers.
Yeah.
So something seems like somebody knew somebody was in peril or something. Whatever it is, I'm just going to go something China. That's about all I got on this one. And I'll just assume something China until we hear otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because some of these, none of these people really worked with each other, but there are some of these scientists that worked in with UFOs. And it was other branches of the government where they were working in separate parts of the country, did not know each other, but kind of working on the same thing, which is wild. And even one of these cases where a woman went missing back in 2022, they're now adding that into the mix too, thinking that this may have gone back a few years.
One guy just got shot on his porch, but that was L.A., so it's all right.
Yeah.
Probably just his fault for sitting on his porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird one. What do you got there, Andrew? Took off with the gun. Oh, he's gunned down. Where was that guy gunned down? I can't read it.
Yeah, the front porch of his home in, my eyes are so bad I can't read that either.
Oh, Antelope Valley, California. Yeah, I don't know. It seems, look, here's the thing. All this stuff that I would always poo-poo, Kennedy assassination or the Twin Towers or did we land on the moon or what? After COVID, it's all on the table for me. After all these guys lying and colluding and big tech and politics and all the bullshit, I'm now big pharma and everything. It's all in the realm of possibilities for me now. All right. So something I wanted to talk about, which was the Phil's Pride coffee flag, Scott Wiener. Things ready to go. Here's all this guy's. What is Scott Wiener? Is a representative from California?
So, and he's running for senator.
Oh, he's running for senator. All right. Here's my whole thing. I don't care, good or bad, about the gay community. I don't want people elected who look out for the gay community or the black community or the Armenian community. I just want people who are elected who do a good job. That's all. These assholes spend their whole day at the gay pride thing and announcing, they're going to take the sign down so you can cruise on Hyperion and Silver Lake and whatever. Phil's Coffee, this guy, we talked about this asswipe last week, said they're just going to take down all the gay flags. Taking down the gay flag is sort of like taking down a flag for a professional football team. It doesn't mean you're against football or professional football. It just means this is a place where Raiders fans and Steelers fans and Ravens fans are all welcome. We don't need to declare a team.
Yeah.
Just anyone can come in here who likes football or not.
It's why it's called a sports bar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got an S on the end.
I'm sorry, not running for Senate, running for re-election.
Running for re-election. All right. But he's obsessed with cock, this guy. And so everything he does is sort of cock related. And again, just fucking run and do a good job for your city. But here he is. He's got to cut a video and celebrate now because Phil's Coffee caved to him and his homo-Nazi constituency, and now they have to put the things back. And this is a big deal for him, not crime or potholes or poverty. This.
Phil's just announced that the pride flags are going back into Phil's locations. This is a huge win for the community.
It's a big win for the community.
Huge thanks to all of the Phil's baristas who advocated and who fought for our community.
Music bad. It's a big win. He's standing, he's waving the gay flag. He's going into Phil's. He's waving his gay flag again.
Thank you.
Just suck dick on your own time and then make good fucking policy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can also tell like the homeless people and the potholes out in front of that
Right.
Phil's location are not being taken care of. But we got that goddamn flag put up.
Jesus Christ. You assholes vote for these fucking dicks. By the way, he was the same guy, Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
Nick Shirley got hold of him. So everyone who signed the anti-Nick Shirley Act, who doesn't want fraud uncovered, you can call it whatever you want. They don't like guys like Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley went to go confront all these people, which is a great video. None of them would talk to him, which, again, it's a weird thing. Like, if I'm just walking down the street and Nick Shirley goes, "Hey, Adam Carolla, I hear you hate red turn arrows," I will stop and go, "Yes, I do." and here's, do you have an hour? Because let me explain.
Yeah.
But you can go back. He sees Scott Wiener and wants to ask him why he signed off on this Stop Nick Shirley Act. And here's his answer. Here's Scott.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
It's a scam artist. It's a scam artist. He's the scam artist, and he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's the guy that is uncovering all the scam artists. Why is this guy getting his? It makes no
Why
sense.
is Scott Wiener angry at the guy that's uncovering fraud when he works for the government?
Yeah, well, because Nick Shirley is on the side of the right, and anybody who's on the side of the right, regardless of what they are doing, whether it be good or bad, they are going to have a problem with him.
Yes, that's what it is, but you're not supposed to wear it on your sleeve that way. You're supposed to pretend like you don't like fraud either, not declare war on the people. And by the way, nobody he tried to talk to had 10 seconds for him. Don't you think that politicians should be obliged to answer some fucking questions? Like, they just blow past everyone and slam the door behind them and their security pushes them out? Like, you're lawmakers. You're making policy. Tell us why. This is the guy you don't want doing what he's doing. Now, sit down and explain to us and to him why you're against him doing what he's doing, which is awesome. So, I don't know. So my whole point is, if this was metric versus standard, I wouldn't care, Carville. But this ain't.
Yeah.
We're not living. We're dealing with fucking Uber nut jobs like this Scott Wiener, and then folks that are in a bizarre position of defending fraudsters and attacking people that uncover fraud. Just like you guys got bent in a pretzel you now protect illegal felons who commit drugs and crime and human trafficking. You now have to protect them and fraudsters because Trump doesn't want either one of those guys. Mm-hmm. So you got fooled into this. I'm sorry. Do we have a clip of this, or are we just playing it? Sorry.
Hey, can you give us your opinion?
Capitol.
Thank you very much. Can you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist. So
You think please disclose how you think that. Look how they just run away. These guys are fools. It was
Stop and tell them why it's a necessary bill. And by the way, they always do this safety shit. I told you guys they hide behind safety for everything all the time. It's a lie. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Friday, Saturday. Oh, Vegas. Are you going to be out in Vegas?
I will not be in Vegas with you this time, but I will be coming up later this summer.
May 8th and 9th over at Kimmel's Club, and then Covina on the 14th at the Laugh Factory, doing a live pod there. Also, let's see, Friday, May 15th, Visalia, California, Fox Theater. Huh? Saturday, 16th, Modesto. Oh, I didn't know that. Another theater. Just go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Rudy?
This Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in Chicago. Zany's downtown on Wednesday, Rosemont on Thursday, and then this weekend, Arlington, Texas, from Friday through Sunday.
Rosemont's a fun
Yeah,
club,
isn't it great?
I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, tell. Next time, Adam Carolla for Rudy Povich and Jay Moore saying mahalo. Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but get a mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. We love that about you. Yeah, Richard Marks, cool guy. Comes in, talks music. We'll get into that. Alicia Krause has the news. She's such a pro.
I feel like, is it endearing that you haven't yelled at me, or am I not like an official member of the team because you haven't yelled at me yet?
I don't do a lot of yelling at people. I do a lot of telling people the same thing over and over again, which bothers the hell out of me. But I just realize it's kind of the new world order, is to tell people the same thing over and over and over again. But which would account for like 40% of my adult life.
Not half? I feel like it's like
close to half. Close to my half is having conversations with people about stuff that's been discussed quite a few times beforehand. But that seems to be the new world order.
And since you don't have to repeat things to me, we're okay.
Yeah. Well, also, I appreciate you.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice.
You're a pro.
I'm going to be grateful for that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
When they're like, what are you grateful for? I'm going to say that Adam Carolla appreciates me.
I like people who do their job well.
Oh, hey.
And that's you.
I'm sending this to my agent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you do a good job. You do a job and you do it well, Alicia Krause.
Thank you very much, kind
By the
sir.
way, weekly op-ed at the Washington Examiner.
Yeah, this week I'm going to be talking about how teachers' unions and J.D. Pritzker don't care about your children. Surprise, surprise.
Well, what they care about is, I mean, this is an epidemic problem, but they get paid by the teachers' unions and they get put into office by the teachers' unions. And I don't know if you guys think this is as big a problem as I think it is, but I have 2 kids 5 years ago, and they're going to high school. And then they're told, you can't go to high school anymore because we're closing the high school. And then I go, who closed the high school? And they go, the governor closed the high school. And then I go, why don't we reopen the high school? And then the teachers' unions who pay the governor and contribute to the governor say, because we said no.
Yep.
I don't like that form of society. I would like a society where you took no money from the teachers' unions. I don't know why the teachers' unions are allowed to give you money, because then you do their bidding, which is what happened in Chicago. And it's even the CDC, Rochelle Walensky got totally corrupted by the teachers' union. So I don't want the officials that are making decisions to be corrupted by a group of people who don't feel like going back to work.
Son,
that's just me.
You were talking to the gal that was homeschooled all 12 years and dropped out of college. So I'm no fan of teachers' unions either.
And they're all the worst people. And
they really are.
Every single one that's doing the Charlie Kirk neck dance turns out to be a teacher the next 2 days later. You find out she teaches elementary in Illinois somewhere. So not heroes, mostly cowards, and I'm done. And if you weren't in a union, I'd be fine with it. But you are. They love unions. They get controlled and put in office by unions, and then they become beholden to the union.
Yep.
So
and
I don't
what really
like it.
sucks about it is that it's our tax dollars paying for that union that then just chooses to elect Democrats too.
Yes.
Anywho.
Who will do what they want them to do.
Anywho.
Yes.
Do you like to play chess?
And meanwhile, it hurts the kids, but that's not what they care about. That's what they talk.
No.
They talk. You know who talks about the kids the most? Nancy Pelosi. She does everything for the children. When she's not eating Haagen-Dazs in front of a double-wide refrigerator, she's worried about the kids.
Or calling Trump vile.
Or gaming the stock market. She's worried about the kids.
$16.5 million.
Worried.
That's what she allegedly made because of stock options that she made while in Congress.
She's worried about the children, though.
She should give them that $16.5 million.
Yes, I don't play chess. I don't speak a second language, and I do not play an instrument.
Oh, interesting.
All stuff that I've deemed me
unfit.
I don't have the skill set for it.
I agree.
Or the patience.
I understand.
Or the something. I know I can build a house because that's doing something. But
and that takes
sitting
brain.
and studying, I can't do it. Yeah, no, it takes a
You're
certain
an active
kind
learner.
I'm an active learner.
Well, I bet you could play chess better than Kamala. Because we have this really funny video. I don't even want to lead into it. I just feel like you just need to observe and be in awe of the level of, I don't know, just unawareness
Yeah.
Okay, we just got to play the video.
But to be fair to her, can I say this? There is a trap. There's a trap where it's like you surround yourself with black women and all they do is nod. At everything that comes out of your mouth, they go, "Oh yeah,
I think that's everybody in leftist media.
Yeah, oh yeah." But you don't realize someone is filming it, and then it comes out later, and you look like an asshole. Well, here's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Let's just say I just went in a room with a bunch of wild racists. And I was like, man, they shouldn't let these Asians drive. And everyone's like, yeah, And I don't know, was the Holocaust, did that really happen? And they're like, you go, Adam, you go. And I was like feeling good about myself, but someone was filming it. Uh-huh. And then later on, they put it on the internet, and then I look like an asshole.
Yes.
Don't get used to the people in the room.
Oh, you got to think of the larger audience.
She surrounds herself with softball, like-minded cows who nod their head at everything she says, and she goes, right? Really, what you need is to get my friends or my family around you going, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Or
Be careful where you go there.
What about even registered Democrats that maybe voted for Biden and then didn't vote for her?
Right. Like
you know
somebody to stop you on your verbal retarded roll. Okay, so listen to her talk about nothing, and then listen. But it's
she says something, but that something is a straight up lie. As
right,
about to
and
see.
then it's just people around her going, oh yeah.
Was aware of my opponent's strategy. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't about to fall prey.
Yeah, I'm doing my black woman voice.
Or fall into those traps. Mm-hmm. And part of his strategy and those around him was to try and take me off our game and message. And I wasn't about to be distracted by those flames that he was trying to throw to get me away from one of my highest priority, which was talking to people about the economy and their well-being in terms of their financial well-being. And I understood the game that was being played, and I made a decision that I wasn't going to get played.
Oh yeah, do it in the voice. Yeah, go, keep saying retarded shit, Indian lady. There we go.
Yeah, three-dimensional chess, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She was playing three-dimensional chess.
Right.
And she clearly lost. But she's bragging about it.
She should have been playing Stratego because she had no strategy. Stratego! All right. So here's a weird thing. I got a lot of thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a lot of thoughts to have just from that 150-second clip.
You may not feel comfortable with all of it.
Oh, God. You know me well.
Yeah, I know you well.
Yep. Just could we limit the level of the B word? And I don't mean black. I mean the other B word.
Now listen to me.
Yes, sir.
First off, if you watch this tape, let's just say, Dawson, let's just say you went into a coma a year ago and you woke today and I showed you this. You go, when did they film this? I go, 2 days ago. You go, oh my God, she's the president. Kamala's the president. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God, she won. She won. And I'd go, no. She didn't win. And then Dawson, you'd go, wait a minute. When did she tape this? A year ago? No. She taped this on Monday. Well, no, she's saying she won. She's saying she beat him with strategery. And he'd be like, no. She's that nuts that she's talking like she won, but she didn't win. This is like a football coach in a post-game presser up there going, listen, we knew they were going to try the onside kick to start the second half, but we were ready for them. Coach, you lost 42-9. We were on to their Statue of Liberty and their throwback and their hook and lateral. We were on to all of it. Yeah, but Coach, you lost. So she's saying she was on to him, and then they were cheering her on, but she lost, which is delusional. Now, here's an interesting thing.
I don't disagree. I'm not uncomfortable with this so far.
You're going to get uncomfortable.
Brace myself.
That's going to come. All right. The thing that's funny, and I don't want to make this up, but she's been on this book tour for like 6 weeks or something.
Oh, it's been a solid 6 weeks, for sure.
Maybe more.
She's got to lead up to the Black Friday sale. Christmas gifts for all the radical leftists in your life.
Keep that B word out of your mouth. So she's been out on this tour, right? And here's a a phenomenon. When she first went out, she talked about the election and 107 days, and it wasn't really enough time to get her message across. And she kind of talked about Joe Biden and sort of basically starting in a hole. You know what I mean? She had disadvantages. She had to try to climb her way out of the hole.
Wasn't her fault.
Wasn't her fault. Yep. Wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
That was a month and a half ago. She's now talking like she won. Right? She's evolved to, according to my calculations, 121 days from now, she's going to think she won the election. She's going on a trajectory that started with, hey, man, it was stacked against me. I was left this deficit. I did the best I could, but I only had enough time.
I wish I had more
became a little
time,
short.
yada,
Right.
yada.
Now she's talking, I figured out what they did, and I threw it right back in their face. Now she's talking about winning. Or it sounds like she won.
Delusional.
If you watch.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what is going on? All right. There is a thing that goes on that I've been yelling about for a million years, which is the sort of procedural people, the people. I have said, I've studied women for years, and I have said that when a woman, like if you say, not you, you're homeschooled, but any woman I've been with where I'd go, hey, the cable's out. Can you call the cable guy and get him to restore the cable, right? And then I go out of town, and then I come back 5 days later, and the cable's still off, right? And then I
have that shit dealt with in like 5 minutes.
Homeschool. Then when I say to my woman, hey, the cable's still out. I thought I told you to see about fixing the cable. They say, defiantly, I called the cable guy. And then I go, what'd he say? He didn't pick up. I go, when was that? And I go, 4 days ago. And I go, all right, we don't have any cable. But I always studied it because I realized to them, it sort of felt like something. Now, we didn't have cable.
Like I did a thing.
I did the
right thing I was supposed to do.
It's satiating. You know where I'll see it a lot?
Yeah.
Women, as it pertains to working out. They go, has that hotel got a good gym? And I'll go, I don't know. I'm going to hit the gym before we go out tonight. I go, yeah, go ahead. Then at some point, it turns into the next day. And they go, I'm going to hit the gym before we head home. I go, yeah, go ahead and hit the gym. And then I realized after 3 days, no gym appearance, but enough gym talk to feel like I got a little. Now, it's not that they feel like they worked out. They just feel like it was talked about enough.
And if you talk about it, you're solving the problem, maybe, even if you're not actually solving the problem.
There's a little bit of a satiation, right? So if you go, look, I'm going to go straight to the room, and I'm going to raid the mini fridge, and I'm just going to eat Toblerone and
skip the gym.
and mini vodkas. Then you're going to sit there in your own...
Sounds like a fun night.
I know.
Toblerone and mini vodka?
But you're going to sit there in your own shame.
Yeah.
If there's enough gym planning, but it doesn't happen...
Oh, yeah.
You feel...
And you just happen to slam the mini vodka?
I don't know, but there's an... Look.
Yes.
You feel a little... I mean, look, we've all...
It's kind of like how people do the online shopping thing, even though they have credit card debt and their paycheck hasn't hit yet. Right? It's that.
Well, look, we've
instant,
all done a version. There was somebody who's sick in my life who was in the hospital, and I found out, and I talked to another person. I'll leave the details out, but I said I'd like to go visit the guy.
Yeah.
And they went, okay, he's over at UCLA, and it's a thing, and here are the hours and stuff like that. And I was just sitting there. And I was looking at my schedule, and I was like, God, I'm going to Boston. I'm going to Buffalo. I'm just, my schedule's just packed, you know? So like, when am I going to get to that? I got to get over to UCLA. I got to get the pass. I got to get up there. And literally 12 hours later, as I was sort of working it out, I got a text that said, you know what? He really shouldn't have visitors. The doctors are worried about germs and this, that. It's just immediate family, whatever. And I thought to myself, well, I'm glad I was on record as wanting to go visit. I didn't
the thought
visit.
That counts.
It's like I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I never did it. And I feel a certain amount of shame about it. I never did. But it was like the following morning, I got a thing that said, don't do it.
Yes.
And so now I get to go, well, okay, I'm on record. Or I tried. Or something. I feel satiated. Now, I never saw him. But that's what was on a text.
Yep.
Right? So now, if I wrote a text going, I'm going to stay home and eat Toblerone and drink many bottles of vodka, I'm not going anywhere, then I would feel bad. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a like a satiation thing.
But she has people around her. Like Kamala in this scenario.
I'm just saying dudes don't have it.
You don't think so?
No, dudes are like, I want cable. And it's like, I called the guy and we still have no cable. Good, now we're assholes.
I think dudes totally have it. If dudes didn't have it, well, I think it's human nature. I understand what you're saying about women, and it could be with different things, but I think if dudes didn't have it, then we'd have a heck of a lot more billionaires out there. We'd have more entrepreneurs. We'd have more maybe cures for cancer. If like just humans naturally were like, I'm going to do this thing and not just talk about doing the thing, but actually doing the thing.
Well, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying as it pertains to feeling satiated because you called the cable guy, but no one ever picked up.
Yeah.
Guys just get frustrated by that.
Like a to-do list.
And don't feel like they can check it off that list.
Yeah.
And feel stupid because now they feel like they wasted time and they still don't have cable. So what you're really saying is
everyone should be homeschooled by a Navy brat and an Eagle Scout.
Yes, because there's a certain amount.
Because then you get
there's a satiation. And so when all the ladies from LA City Council get together and talk about raising the poor and treating people with dignity and giving people a hand up but not a hand out
and
all
increasing
kinds of
our sanitation
and then
costs.
They go, now we're going to Chipotle, and they all break and they go home and nothing happens, but they feel like something. We had a meeting, we did discuss it, but nothing happened. That's what I'm saying. You can watch Kamala, who's she's the word salad.
It's
Kamala.
Kamala.
You can watch Kamala, the word salad queen, using her salad to talk herself into something that didn't happen. Now, somehow, she beat Trump on paper or has a moral victory or
she
something.
She played the strategy. She strategized.
Right, but you can see where she's going. There's no such thing as a dude just talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda. He's just going, fuck it, I lost. I'll run next time. She's talking like she won.
I think that though there are liberals out there, men and women, that do the same thing. Like Pete Buttigieg thinks that he was like the greatest transportation secretary ever.
No, there are plenty of deep leg crossers, deep leg crossing men who think like chicks and do this. Yes, 100%. There are plenty of dudes. Gavin Newsom does it.
Yep.
It's all the pablum talk. It's the opposite of Trump. Trump's like, hurry, hurry, hurry. What's going on? Let's cut a deal. I don't want any of this. This is slow down. Let's sit down. Let's sit a seat at the table.
Remember all the good things I did? And it's like, well, what happened in Palestine, Ohio, man?
Right.
But he's planning on running in 2028.
Buttigieg. Oh, good luck. Yeah.
Maybe she said some funny stuff about him on the book tour too early.
Buttigieg?
Yeah, she pretty much said like she didn't pick him because he was white and gay.
Well, they do have
Could you imagine Donald Trump saying that? How much coverage it would get in the news?
They have a problem with gay dudes in that side of the aisle.
They have a problem with white dudes, I think.
White dudes and gay dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no one wants to vote for gay dudes on their side of the aisle. But also he's incompetent. So we got that going. He's the guy who let you know about racist bridges. So it's Pete Buttigieg. All right. So she's heading down a path where she's talking herself into a victory here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then she will be the victorious endorser of whoever the Democratic nominee is in 2028.
But you understand what she's doing right here is not different than when she's asked, have you been to the border? And then she goes, we've been to the border? Everyone's been to the border. Have you been to the border? I've not been to the border. So you're not, hey, I've not been to Nova Scotia, but that doesn't mean I haven't been to the border. I don't even know what you're asking. She says, that's all part of the salad. Like, you are in charge of the border. You've never been to the border. You
call yourself the border czar.
Right. In your mind, somehow you've been to the border, but you've never been to the border. This is all part of the delusion of, I beat Trump using my strategic advantage, and I've taken care of the border, except for I didn't do either thing. And
it's rewriting history
in her brain. And then actually, the border, the thing that's craziest about the border clip, it's oftentimes people stick to a sort of narrative. I want the border clip, Andrew. And the reason I'm saying that is
It's a good one.
people usually pick out the big chunks, the meat and the potato of the clip, but there's often little morsels.
There's other things sprinkled in there.
Yes, there's little deeper things. And the craziest part about I've been to the border, I haven't been to the border, was the very end where she goes, I don't know what you're asking. It's like, okay, you're in charge of the border. What if I just made you in charge of Knott's Berry Farm? And then I said, have you been to Knott's Berry Farm? You wouldn't say, I don't know what you're asking. She said, I don't know what you're asking at the end, which is an insane thing to say, because the sanest thing in the world is to ask if you've been to the border if you're in charge of the border. Now, the beginning part is double talk and bullshit.
Yeah.
The second part makes her clinically insane. Here we go.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So
you can pause it right there. We're going to the border. We've been to the border.
I'm in Guatemala right now. Like the hands.
Well, it's also just an insane thing to say. Like if you said to me, if you've ever been to Nova Scotia, and I'd go, we're going to Nova Scotia. We've been to Nova Scotia. That's an insane thing. Or I could say the Bunny Ranch in Laughlin. I'm going to I've been there.
Like, going to a Lakers game anytime soon?
I'm going to it. I've been there. Okay. Yeah, it's an insane thing to say about.
It's also
welding school. It'd be insane to say, if you're going to I'm going to. I've been to welding school.
I think it's also funny that she just throws out, well, I'm in Guatemala, as if that's supposed to be the border.
To be fair to her, she did not know. She's going to the access whatever's to figure out the systemic something or whatever. All right, but it's the end part that's the good part.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making. Okay.
She doesn't understand the point that you're making when you're the border czar and someone's asking if you've physically been there.
And this was him doing this interview after she'd been criticized by Republican congresspeople for not going to the border. So it was in a conversation around all of that.
And also, it's pretty standard fare in that if there is a tornado, then you go to Kansas and you walk. It's what politicians do. No, you're not putting up a fence. You're not triaging any folks that are dehydrated from the walk or anything. You show up, you walk around, you take a couple of pictures, and you leave.
She could have or should have staged a picture like AOC did.
Yeah, go find some fencing
and cry,
grab a knee, and weep for the kids in the cages like J-Lo, and then you dedicate your halftime show to it.
There you go. Except nobody saw that part.
The kids in the cages.
Yeah, didn't she end up having to toss it out?
I cut up a funny thing. I don't know if Dawson can find that. I watched her special or her
documentary, right?
Doc, yeah. And it was all talk about kids at the border. And then the halftime special came around and she just shook her ass the entire time and didn't say anything about the kids, which made me laugh. And we intercut it. And it was funny.
I think I've seen that one before. It is quite hilarious.
It shows kind of what a clown she is. Or how insincere, or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what she is. She wants people to think she does this, but she shakes her ass for a living.
I think when it comes back to Kamala, J-Lo, Kamala, anybody, right? That when they espouse these ideas or they say these things with such, I guess, passion, or you think that what is happening with their spouses and their friends and their family around them that don't step in and be like, hey, so that was a little crazy that you said that you were playing 3D chess and that you out-strategized Trump and were able to avoid his, hits on you.
I don't know. I don't know that they're able.
Maybe circle back to not having enough time or all of the progressive causes you want to help.
I don't know that they can prevent it because she's just saying it.
They can't prevent it, but they can
But no, for me, I agree with what you're saying. If she had,
that's what a good friend would do.
Yes.
Right?
Look, anybody should be like, look, you're the border czar. We're going to fire up Air Force 2. We're going to take you to the border. You're going to walk around for 15 minutes.
Go to El Paso.
Get right back in the plane and go right back home.
Yep.
And then you can say, I've been to the border, because we're not going to put you out there in front of all the press and you've never been to the border, because they're going to ask, and then we're going to look like idiots. So I don't know why they didn't figure that out. Or they can just prep them and go, look, they're going to ask. So then you go, hey, I'll tell you what, I've never been to the border, but as soon as we're done with this interview, I am going to the border and I will report back on it. Not like be confused by it.
Or pivot, right? Pivot to my staff has, or I've been talking to these leaders, or I just, sometimes this happens with people on the right, by the way, too. Like, not just to pick on Kamala, because she has low-hanging fruit and easy to pick on, but
Buttigieg is low-hanging fruit. Go ahead. If Trump didn't work, that'd be a perfect thing for Trump to work into his Buttigieg thing, and then do the thing where they go, "Will you call him fruit?" Because he's I'm not. What do you mean? I didn't even think of that.
okay, that one got me. That was a good one.
Go ahead.
Is that they sometimes say things like, your job when you're a politician at that level is to just be prepped for this kind of stuff. Like, it is so easy. And maybe I think it's easy because I've been in communications and production and stuff for a really long time in conservative media. But sometimes I see people and I'm like, did you not have an answer ready for this? Did you not prep ahead of time?
I'm with you. You can say this. You just go, look, I got a whole team and I got info and stats and I'm briefed. I don't need to physically go walk in the dirt. I can see how many people are coming across on a daily basis. I get briefed every morning about what's going on in the border.
And make the Republicans the bad guys because they don't care, something.
Right.
It's just right there. It's like with the Karen Bass fiasco of being in Ghana, and then she gets asked by that reporter coming back from the airport, and it's like, you had an 11-hour flight and you couldn't come up with what you were going to say.
I'm going to tell you something else that may upset you.
So far, nothing's upset me.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'm not as genteel as you think I am.
All right.
Okay.
There is a thing where white heterosexual male politicians sort of have to eat shit and apologize.
But the female ones don't?
If you're a protected species, if you're ethnic,
lesbian,
or all the above, then you never have people coming at you going, apologize. You become an endangered species, so they leave you alone, and you're not used to it. And so you get Lori Lightfoot up there, and they're like, you closed down all the salons. Why'd you get your hair cut? Because I like the way I look, and I can't do it myself. They don't go, oh, sorry. You know what?
Sorry.
You know what?
Yep.
I'm telling you, the biggest douche on the planet, Gavin Newsom, when he got busted for French laundry, he had to backpedal.
Yep.
He went, should have practiced what I preached. This is on me.
Meanwhile,
I got to do better.
That's L.A. Burns.
Karen Bass doesn't give a fuck. She's like, fuck off, because I'm a protected species. They come up their whole career that way. That's why they're there. So they don't.
That's how they get to the crazy Kamala saying, I was so strategic. I was playing 3D chess.
Right.
And they actually believe it because they've just spent the last 20 years lying about everything.
London Breed.
And never saying sorry.
London Breed, the mayor of
Chicago?
Oakland.
Oh, no.
She was like, San Francisco. She went to a Tony concert when she locked everyone down, and they were like, why'd you go to a Tony concert? We told everyone to stay at home. She was, hey, the music hit me.
Yeah.
I was moved by the spirit.
I was moved by the spirit of the music, and there's Tony who tours, and then there's Tony who can be found together on rare occasion, but Tony, not.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So, fuck off. But that's not really what politicians are supposed to go, you know what? I understand. Optically, it doesn't look good. I'm telling you, women of color, go fuck off.
But I do have to say, Trump does this. And I think that's why Republicans love him so much. That there's an element of he was unapologetic.
No, I know, but he...
what he had done and what he does and how he does it. And a lot of Republicans were like, oh, that's cool.
No, I agree, but there's a difference between getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar and have someone go, what about tariffs? You go, fuck you, I like tariffs.
Say, getting caught with your hand in the prostitute.
Yeah, it's getting busted is what I'm talking about, not like any policy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree he doesn't apologize either.
He's like, I don't want to apologize for being thrice married and saying the P word.
Oh, yeah. But I think there's a difference between if Trump And he doesn't, and I agree. But there is a difference between you saying all salons are locked down and now I'm going to a salon.
Yes.
That versus something that you did in the past, you used this language, or you stepped outside your marriage, or you did whatever in the past, and or some policy thing we don't like. All right, do we have J-Lo? I cut this together. I deserve full credit for this.
Edited.
I don't know what year. This is the year of her halftime show, and they followed her around leading up to the halftime show. And I cut this together. Sorry.
The cages, the image of the cages for me, like I couldn't believe what I was watching. There's just certain things as a
Turn
human
it up
being
a little,
you don't
please.
do. What is my message? This is a dark subject matter, but if we can get the message across in a beautiful way, where it's soft and it can be received, then maybe more people get the message. I'm trying to give you
Just
something
shaking her
with
ass.
substance. Not just us out there shaking our fucking asses and fucking belly dancing. I want something real.
Just start shaking her ass.
This is about human rights. I'm facing the biggest crossroads of my life. But to take out the cages and sacrifice what I believe in would
Which
be
is
like
shaking my
never
ass.
being there at all.
Ass. All right, so we're getting back to the word salad double talk, which is in their head.
I
They're
did the
crusaders for children.
I did a thing because I talked about it on a documentary for 40 minutes.
But when the lights go on, shake that coolie, bitch. Yeah. So
it,
she acted like she did something. She did nothing. However many kids were in cages, there were there before and after her parents. She brought light to nothing. I like that they have to play. I just want to hear the top one more time because I like to have to play the sad music. And then they show. I love it when CNN just finds like a 3-year-old crying and goes, look at this. Look.
You don't really love it when CNN just finds a 3-year-old crying.
It's funny.
The cages. The image of the cages for me, like I couldn't believe what I was watching. There's just certain things as a human being you don't do. What is my message?
All right, she does nothing, but
accountability.
But she acts like she does something, and that's the new world order.
She'll still be invited. It's like when she went to play for some fascist in the Middle East. That was abusive to women, but he paid her like $500,000.
Did he keep kids in cages?
Probably. And some wives, too. Who knows? I can't remember the exact nation, but she took like an undisclosed amount of money. And some people were like, wait, why are you going to play for this like oil sheik that mistreats his own people? And she still fundraises for the DNC. So there's no accountability ever.
All right, let's do one more.
One more story. Stephen Colbert has now said the quiet part out loud. This is from our friends over at the Daily Wire. He admits that late night TV tells you how to think. We have a clip of this in a recent interview with GQ.
I'm curious what you feel like the great affirmative case is for a show like hers.
Why should shows like mine continue to exist, or like Kimmel or Jimmy or whatever?
And I said everyone plays a great affection, which is why I'm saying
why? Oh, we're like your friend who at the end of the day paid attention to the news more than you did. And you're aware of it, you just didn't do the detail work that we did. And then we curate that back to you at the end of the day. But it's really more about how we feel about it, or I as the person who like is the vehicle for that, how we felt about today. All those things that might have made you confused or angry or anxious or happy or surprised or something like that. I feel that way at the camera, or to the audience, really. I'm really performing for the audience, and the camera captures it.
He's a hero.
What happened to just being funny?
Oh, man, you got to get people vaccinated, man. So you got to put the humor out the window. Yeah, he's a pompous guy. And he's prickly, and people don't understand that about him.
But it's so interesting that he's like, well, you didn't have time, so I'm going to do it for you, and then I'm going to tell it through my lens. It's like, but then they also want to shut down conservative media or Joe Rogan or you or Ben Shapiro and others, right?
It's funny.
And it's you guys essentially do the same thing. You've just always been honest about it.
He looks at himself as one of those meal prep services. Like, you work hard, you got a lot on your plate, you don't have time to make a home-cooked meal.
For as little as $10.99 a day.
Delivered to your door. New menu. Menu changes every week.
Yep.
Kid-friendly menus as well for those picky eaters. That's where Colbert cuisine. He'll bring it right to you. He'll shovel it into your face, and you'll like it, bitch.
It's not funny. It used to be Colbert Comedy.
Now it's Colbert cuisine. All right. J-Lo has performed in Saudi Arabia for the children in the cages, most recently at the Formula One Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, April 2021. So a few months ago. And then when she's done hammering checks over there, she'll get back to the kids in the cages. That's all.
Billy Bob Thornton calling out celebrities who bring politics into award shows. During a recent interview on the Joe Rogan Experience, the 70-year-old actor shared he really doesn't care about awards anymore, saying he's got plenty of them and won most of them under the wire when awards were still kind of real. He started talking about how there's a time and place, and it's not during award shows. You should just stick to what it is. Don't go up there and talk about saving the Badgers in Wisconsin or something. They could use it. That team fucking sucks, Jay. They are terrible, by the way.
They weren't always terrible.
Dude, they weren't always.
They used to be a real problem.
The punter had the most passing yards this weekend. The punter. He was 1 for 1 with 24 yards. That was the punter this weekend. Yes, the most passing yards. So, yeah, I do believe we have a clip.
That has thrown you in jail, you know. But there's something about having heroes that are unattainable for you. That way they can stay in that magic spot. So I think we've lost magic and mystery and all these things.
Well, it certainly happens when you hear actors talk about politics. When actors become activists, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oy.
I donate to a lot of charities, mainly children's stuff, but nobody knows it. I don't go to the award show and talk about it when I'm getting my award. It's like Ricky Gervais said in that skit of his. You know, he said, He said, "Look, you know, come up here, accept your little award, and fuck off."
Yeah.
You know, I think first of all, unless you have really studied stuff and really know about a subject fully. Who the hell would want to listen to an actor or a musician talk about politics?
You saying that to Joe Rogan?
You know what I mean? It's like, are we supposed to follow this? I mean, if we are, what if they lead you down the wrong road? And, you know, and politically, I call myself a radical Muslim. I'm like very strong.
All right,
in my
we get it. This is the new world order. The endorsements don't work anymore.
He's a good guy, Billy Bob. You ever had him on?
No, I'd love to talk to him.
I interviewed him once. He was a huge prick.
Really?
Yeah, huge. Yeah. And then he wanted to, apparently his people wanted to make up for it, so they rescheduled it twice, and both times he didn't show up.
Was this on radio?
Yeah, radio back in Minneapolis. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. He was doing something, his, what are they called? Like the Box Trotters? He's got a band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a country band or like an Americana band or something. They were coming to town. They were doing a gig. We did the interview. It went poorly. It was one-word answers. You could tell he was just in a bad mood. And then his press people, we called and said, we're not going to air it. And
really?
They said, we'll don't worry, we'll make this right. They rescheduled the interview.
I'd air it on the hour.
Yeah, 2 minutes came back, and you know, right before they were about to go on with him, they call and go, he's got to cancel. We got to push it back. Can we do next week? Sure. Did it again. And then finally, we just went piss off. We're done.
He was in Bobby Hollander in the box tops. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take no fast train. Lonely days are gone. I'm a coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Got to get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone. I'm a coming home. Hit it, Joe.
My baby wrote me a letter.
Well, he wrote me a letter.
No, come on.
He couldn't live without me no more.
More news.
That's the box tops.
It's the fucking suck tops.
Billy Thornton and the Box Masters.
Box Masters, that's what it was called.
But Box Tops, Dawson, wrote me a letter, right?
Correct.
There was
Alex Chilton?
There was
Alex Chilton, Dawson?
There was a time when
a 16-year-old.
There's a time from like 68 to like 74 where Jet Airlines came in and they're like, got me a ticket on a 747. It's like, it was a nonstop plane talk. Like, I'm taking a jet, I'm leaving on a jet plane. There's like 37 songs from 68 to 74. Because before that, there was no jets. And then after that, we've gotten over it. Like, no one goes, I'm on an Airbus 321 coming back to you. You know, it's like, it's ubiquitous.
I saw my baby in the Waymo.
There are nothing but big. Steve Miller had big old jet airliner. I mean,
Paul Pena wrote it.
They're all songs dedicated to air travel.
Credence.
And 727 coming out of the sky. But they're literally calling out manufacturers of aircraft. But it was only from like 68 to 74 because by 81, people were like, yeah, okay, there's planes. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? And before that, no one took it. Yeah. But they become like every third song was like, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. I was like a big deal. Like
before that, it was gypsy. There was a lot of gypsy.
A lot of gypsy talk. Yeah.
Gypsy.
There was gypsies. And then there was Cajun Queens from New Orleans. There was a lot of talk. And there was airplane talk. And there's not really any more. They got from airplanes to like, there was a little starshipy, UFO-y kind of space travel-y, rockety.
There were certainly trains,
stuff.
like R&B.
I am telling you,
talk.
I used to do this all the time. I haven't done it in a million years, but you can break down our culture into segments, like
white, black.
Yep, Hispanic. Oh. No, we did. There was like jet, like stuff when the 50s and the 60s, it's like rocket and jet. And like in the 80s, it became stealth. We had stealth fighters and stealth cologne and a Dodge Stealth car. Like we got stealth. We loved stealth. Like and there's turbo. There's like turbo. We had a turbo phase. We had a stealth phase. We had a jet phase. We had a rocket phase. Like you can kind of name because they name colognes and stuff after. It's not like they're talking about jets or rockets. It's the stealth. There was a movie called Stealth that came out.
But there's no cologne called Boxcar.
No.
There's a big train thing, too.
That's
Midnight
right.
Train to Georgia, when the train left the station. My baby's on the train.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Extreme was a big thing. Like, you can... Each era has decade has like a name. We're all into stealth. Somehow stealth came out and we liked it. You know what I mean? Like I said, Dodge named their car Stealth. You know, they wouldn't name it before that or after it. And then there was a lot of turbo.
Yeah,
There's a lot of turbo stuff. Stuff had turbo right now. That guy's turbocharged. And then at some point, we did like roids and creatine and stuff like that. Oh yeah, man, this thing is like shampoo but on steroids. You know, like, what?
Now it's Temu.
This is like a dog collar but on steroids. You know, like they just pick weird stuff.
Now it's Temu.
Yeah,
so many
something
comments.
on Temu.
Like
right.
the Temu version of this.
I'm like, really? You fucking still say that? You
right.
hack?
We had weird little eras: cars, cologne, products, teams, movies, books, like weird little stuff, and then we get away from it.
Yeah.
We got so into the whole satellite thing, like jet age, satellite-y stuff. That was like in the 60s, Sputnik, you know,
Satellite of love.
we got all into that. Then somehow jets took over, and then stealth took over, and then turbo took over. And now we're into God knows what. But it was like, it's a little thing.
Yeah.
So everyone who wrote a song between 68 and 74 just went, we need some jet.
Were you going to write 68 to 74 again?
I'm going to write it again because I crossed it out.
Mommy.
Everyone did it.
Yeah.
I can't help it if I have insights that others don't possess.
No, I just love that you write your own note as you're talking.
68 to 74.
And you reference it.
Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. I can't even say airplane.
Big old jet airline. It's aeroplane, yeah.
Give me a ticket for an aeroplane.
So far, that's your only example. You just keep saying one example.
Jet
14
airliner.
times.
737 coming out of the sky.
Was it crashing?
There's I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back. Peter Paul and Mary. Oh, babe. you could find 14 Jet songs in that era.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner should have wrote a Jet song.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been great. Just to come back and be like, fuck you, Jets.
Yeah.
The best part of the whole Leonard Skinner story is the guy Artemis Pyle surviving, crawling to a farmhouse, and they shoot him.
Yeah.
The drive-by truckers, who are all kids of the Swampers, they did a great double album called the Southern Harmony, the Southern Rock Opera, and they got a song that's "Shut Your Mouth and Get on the Plane."
Oh wow, yeah.
I like that song.
Paul McCartney had Jet. Just the simple song.
And there
Jet.
Minneapolis had a band called was it The Jets?
Yeah, the Jets.
Yeah.
Had the Jets.
It was like an R&B,
could have been called the Jerry Curls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The Jets.
Was that "Love Me in a Tender Way"? Oh no,
it was kind
Special
of El
Way.
DeBarge.
Yeah.
It was kind of DeBarge.
The Jets, yeah, for sure. It was a
part
family.
of that.
Roger Miller had a song called "Boeing 707."
Really? 707.
I feel like I'm gonna get a text.
That's early.
I feel like I'm gonna get a text from Dawson tonight just with more Jet titles. JJ, by the way.
Did he get a VIN number on that, or just a Boeing 707? Yeah, they were. It was
Rudy,
so.
are you up?
It was so extreme back then that they did. Yeah, put it. God, Dawson, go on an internet search of all the Jet-related songs. There was a 747.
Right now, the listeners are just yelling shit at their car radio.
All right.
Saxon 747.
Oh yeah, the Chili Peppers.
Maybe the worst song of all time.
Aeroplane. Now, Aeroplane's
How do you
not
add
going
Dave
to.
Navarro and get worse?
Aeroplane's not going to count. Aeroplane's not going
I
to
saw that there is
Gonna fly now.
That's not going to count.
There's a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band that only do it in banjos. They're called the Red Hot Chili Pickers, and I'm like, I don't know a band I would want to listen to less than that. Oh, it'd be
I
brutal.
tolerate the original.
Yeah.
Trains and boats and planes.
Well, air travel, it started in the 50s, and Sinatra was the first one to really get out of it with "Come Fly With Me." Metaphorically, it was still.
Yeah, it was worth writing about. All right, we got it. What else we got?
Okay, Trump.
Trains, boats,
President
and
Trump
planes.
said Sunday that each American will receive at least $2,000 from tariff revenue collected by the administration. A dividend of $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. the president
Not
said.
including why?
Why don't I get my
is it-
taste?
why? Never.
I'm only worth $4 million.
Well, I don't know. Maybe appealing to like that demographic now. We took away your snap.
What do you mean by that?
We took away your
Say
snap.
it.
We're going to give you $2,000.
Say it.
Unless
Jay, don't you pressure me into this, Jay.
This thing.
I don't have much to lose. I don't have $4 million.
As a rich guy, you pay for everything, and then whenever there's a rebate, you never get anything.
Yeah.
That's only for the other people.
Well, this is when I knew the government was completely full of shit. Like, not even the government. That we were in this, what do they call it when you're in a dream? You're in a simulation.
Matrix.
We've been told, thank you. We've been told since I was in grammar school that we're billions of dollars in debt.
Right.
Two things. The rainforest, I was told in 5th grade, the size of the United Kingdom gets taken down every year.
Yeah.
So if that was the case,
when it's gone.
we wouldn't be a tree from here to Jupiter.
Right.
Okay. But the real one is we're billions of dollars in debt, trillions of dollars in debt. Then the shutdown happens during COVID. No restaurants are open. You can't pay rent. You can't, no service stations, no restaurants, no nothing. Yet we all get like a $2,500 check in the mail from the government. So if we're that much in debt, where'd all this fucking money come from? I'm like, oh, you shell game motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Give me my money. Fuck you. Pay me. I want my $2,000.
I'll tell you why I want the $2,000.
I'm sending Jeannie to the front of the line with her hand out.
It's not going to make
my $2,000.
It's not going to make a difference to me. Because it's not going to make a difference to me in my tax bracket.
You're flying coach. What do you mean it's not going to make a difference?
But I would
Why
put it
say that
towards
like
something.
Colin.
I would put it towards something frivolous.
Like what?
I'd like try to find. I'd go to like Barney's of New York and go, give me your most expensive pocket square, and they'd be like, we have one that's made of Persian silk for $1,900, and I'd go give it to me.
Yeah.
The Sharper Image catalogs, right?
Go there. I'd get one of those vibrating seats from the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put my wang on it.
Or
balls off while watching the personal.
I'd give Bobby Hollander a proper burial.
Yes.
Because he never got a proper burial.
Give him to Dennis Wilson.
That's right. It's C.
I would just send it right back to Trump. Get in his good graces. Be like, my man, I can't take this. You're
By
too
the
good
way,
to me.
Yeah. Ron Jeremy's never getting out of jail, by the way. Just
Good. He's a
circle
fucking
back.
animal.
It's also weird that he needed to rape people when he got paid to have sex with
It's
people.
weird that you can prove rape on a porn set.
Yeah, I know. He did it like...
You got to really get your money's worth.
He did it like in the room in between, porn shoots and stuff. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
He's a fucking piece of garbage.
Yeah.
I hope somebody's puncturing his pancreas with their cock right now.
What do you got?
Bill Maher just confirmed those wild 90s rumors that he used to rub one out before filming his show, saying that it is 100% true.
Right on.
On his Club Random podcast, Bill explained the only way that he could sneak in a nap before filming, politically incorrect. His wild nights out clubbing left him dragging in to work hungover and desperate. Everything went smoothly until someone clocked the jerkins in his bathroom, and boom, the story got out.
Wait, what did they do to the jerkins?
So they must have put like a line on the bottle. And then they
clocked it.
Yeah, they clogged it.
Clogged.
Yeah.
There's an article in, do you remember there was a magazine called Entertainment Weekly? They said that I masturbated before the show in the dressing room.
Why did they say that?
Because I did.
Why are you telling Cheryl Hines this?
Not often, but
Not often, but you had.
you know what? Here's
yeah,
the thing.
Tell me.
This is the 90s.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, we taped every day. I'd come in and hungover. Not hungover, but just like, did I get enough sleep? No,
Not
because I
really.
was out late.
Yeah.
Drinking and clubbing and whatever.
Yeah.
And then,
Fucking.
this wasn't a lot, but yeah, sometimes I was. And so, like, I could always get a nap if I jerked off first.
Okay.
And I think one time I forgot to remove the
She's a
jerkins
groundling
from
through and
the
through.
Dressing room? No.
yes,
where?
from the toilet area. And then somebody.
Okay, so you did it in the bathroom. That's reasonable.
Noble.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't you jacked off in a trailer on a set?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about trailer, but certainly young men will do it wherever they
Jay,
are.
we're ready for you in a minute.
For a prolonged period of
I'm
time.
watching Harmony Wonder.
Yeah, I mean, there was always that. You could figure it out wherever you were at some point.
Because the trailer rocks.
I didn't do a lot of trailering.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like Dawson's Creek, guest star, probably had a trailer. There was that.
Done it in every conceivable. You think our dads jacked off as much as we do?
I don't.
Horrifying.
I don't. I think they just smoked pipes and wore cardigans and complained about Asians and stuff.
Wore glasses with no lenses.
Wore glasses with no lenses.
Dad was too busy
Clear
running
lenses.
away from child support to be able to jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, who's the other Minnesota guy who's just on more stories? Chad
Daniels.
Yeah,
his
Chad
dad stories
Daniels.
are
Yeah, crazy stories.
Similar?
Yeah, close. Not as.
You talk to your dad now?
No, I haven't talked to him in years. Yeah.
I
Party
beg.
you want to?
No.
I beg to differ a little bit because I've interviewed Chad, and there are guys out there who had the bad dads who gambled and this like that, and they would go, one day he'd come home with a crate of lobster tails and we'd be celebrating, then the next time we'd get the Cadillac would get picked up by the repo man, and I'd go, well, at least you had a lobster tail day in there.
Yeah.
Like the next 5 days were bad, but you had some good days when he hit,
Sure.
and I just had one big middle.
Yours was
like just kind of.
Yours is the worst I've ever heard of. You were just raised in apathy.
Yes, but it was never terrifying. It was just always, like that. But the guys I know had weird dads. They had the dads who hit the exact at the track, and then they come home in the Cadillac with the cow horns on it.
We all had it.
and then it was take the coats back. Take those mink coats back, right? Like, what was that? Yeah. But I am kind of envious that you had a couple of good days in there where he did hit.
Well, like,
that was Chad's dad.
We've talked about it. Like, my stepdad would take me to a Twins game, but I would much rather not have the memory of us going.
But
because
you called him Mark.
Yeah, because it was always like a huge argument. He would get pissed about stuff.
Your stepdad?
Yeah, my stepdad. Yeah,
Isn't it stepdad's job to be like the good cop?
Yeah, no. I've got plenty of stepdads, and none of them have been good.
Your mom got around.
She got around a little bit. Yeah, she's been married. Yeah,
Any resentments there?
No, I get it now.
Working the program on him now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I get it.
Sorry.
Shit, is this a meeting? Is this my intervention?
No, it ain't.
Thanks, guys.
Mike's saying
Could have done this right away.
All right, one more. What do we got?
One more. There was one here I wanted
Or
to
was
get
there?
to. What? Oh, this one right here. Oh no, we already did this. Excuse me. Donald Trump on a pardoning spree. He's now wiping the slate clean for Rudy Giuliani and dozens of allies accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election. Ed Martin, the Department of Justice's pardon attorney, made the announcement on X Sunday. Giuliani is one of 77 people Trump is pardoning, including former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and his attorneys Sidney Powell and John Eastman. He also granted clemency to New York Mets legend Darryl Strawberry for his 1995 tax evasion case.
All is forgiven if you let the straw man go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no opinion on this because if I bring up any negative about it, you're automatically met with the backlash of like, well, this president freed this kid murderer from Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every president has that
it's
weird.
all on now with pardons, I guess. The thing about Strawberries, I guess he's been sober for quite some time now. I don't know if you see it in Sober News or you get the newsletter.
I'm on the Reddit.
But Strawberry.
Sober News.
There must be something. The Cowboys.
Xanadu breaking. Darryl Strawberry granted clemency. He's sober, friends.
Your Cowboy sponsor probably made the cover for the third time in as many months. On
Cowboy Dan. Most attractive man alive.
Dude, Ace, have you ever met Cowboy Dan?
I feel like I have.
He's the best.
And I think maybe
How do you know
I
him?
have.
We met him in Minneapolis.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did I meet Cowboy Dan, or were you just telling me so many times about Cowboy Dan?
I'll show you a picture of him.
Because I built a composite in my head over you explaining.
Yeah.
He is something
Cowboy
else.
Dan.
While you're looking that up, let me tell a quick Jay Moore story. So we were, there he is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy in the plane that looks at the other person and goes, "Where are you headed?"
Oh, yeah.
Where are you headed?
Check the ticket, you
I'm on a 727 coming out of the sky. Won't you take? Okay.
Yeah, we were on the air with you, and then the next segment we brought on Twins legend, first baseman. I'm spacing on his name.
Ken
now.
Herbeck?
Ken Herbeck. We brought on Ken Herbeck, and you were like, "I'm sticking around. We got to talk to Ken Herbeck." So we're on the air. You, me, Ken Herbeck, a couple people.
But he was remote.
He was remote. Yeah, he was
fucking
on the phone.
lazy ass.
And you were looking up stats, and you're like, "Oh, look at that! You had 1,987 RBIs." And he's like, "Yeah, good run, I guess." And he goes, "Look at that! We both of our wives are both named Jeannie." And Kent goes, "Yeah, actually, Jay, that actually ended for me." And you go, "Well, Kent, maybe if you got that 2,000th RBI, things would have worked out." Great joke. Oh, it hits so hard.
Ken Herbeck, famous Herbek,
Yeah.
took the E between H and R out, so his name had the home run abbreviation, Herbek. Ken
Smart.
Herbeck.
Yeah, I see him at Menards in Minneapolis every now and again, getting like birdseed and stuff. He's still around, man.
He's a good player.
Yeah, dude.
Me and Josh Wolf were on the phone. He was in the hospital. He documented himself on his Instagram with some, I don't know, stomach issue. But
yeah.
And I asked him, which baseball player's name just sounds like they have a giant cock?
Enos Cabell.
Enos Cabell is, well, rhymes with, yeah. But he immediately came out with Ken Herbeck. And I forget what mine was, but he said Wally Backman, and it was just like game over.
Yeah.
Wally Backman.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, and we missed Steve Valboni.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So I'll open the floor. Which baseball player just said Enos Cabell? And Cabell's a little faggy.
Enos, he had a huge afro.
Oil Can Boyd. He had a fucking hog on him.
Anybody with a huge.
But why is that Zinn container?
Yeah, Oil Can Boyd.
Anybody with the huge afro from back in the day will jump to the
Oscar
top
Gamble?
of my list. Oscar
UL
Gamble.
Washington?
Yeah.
UL.
I'm trying to think. There was a Houston. Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, like Bill Russell's not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just no good.
Yeah.
Garvey's no good. I can think of the rest of the Dodger. Yeager's decent.
David Justice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
you're right. Yeah.
Let me give you some of this David Justice. Girl, get in there. I'm going to give you to Ken Herbeck.
Yeah, Nick Punto doesn't say
Nick Punto. What a fucking homo.
All right. A happy note to go out on. Nick and his big dong.
Give her that Kirby bucket.
Jay,
Just naming twins now because of you.
Me and Jay will be in Dos Lagos Amphitheater coming up December 6th, doing a show there. And Brea Improv, December 11th.
I forgot. I'm so off the road. I forgot I'm playing Brea. I should start promoting it.
Yeah.
Come see me in Brea December 11th. How's
Jay's
that?
a great stand-up, and Brea's a great club. More stories as well. Me Wednesday, Austin, Texas, Cap City Comedy Club with Brian Callen is going to be out there.
Little lunatic.
With me. And then the upstairs in L.A., that'll be this Saturday. You can go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows because I'm going to be everywhere. Rudy, what do you got?
You can catch me in
Cobbs.
Yeah, I'm doing Cobbs on this Sunday in San Francisco, and then the weekend after I'll be in Honolulu at the Blue Note, and then November 28th, Heavy Rotation Brewing in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
So, till next time, I'm
What a
from
good
Rudy
time,
Povich
guys.
and Jay Moore. Say it. Mahalo.
Hey, Adam. Got a rich man, poor man for you. Being driven around by others for work. You're either a corporate bigwig in a town car or on an airplane, or you're a migrant worker in the back of a 10-passenger van. The middle class, we just drive themselves to and from work. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, that one has been covered for the rich man and the poor man. I don't do it normally, but there's a version of it. But Uber kind of screwed it all up because Uber, now everyone's getting
Yay,
driven
capitalism.
around. Yeah.
I just thought of my children. Or you're like a middle class kid getting driven around by a mom.
It used to be you get driven to the airport, which is when you're poor, your friend drops you off at the airport. When you're rich, the town car drops you off at the airport. But then Uber screwed up the joke because now everyone's kind of
Everybody
Uberized.
can do it. Although, it's like $130 to like Uber to LAX now.
I
was
listen,
just shocked by it.
There's a weird, I have a poor person mentality, and so once in a while I'll be with someone and they'll go, oh, I left my sunglasses or whatever. And then someone will go, we'll just Uber them over to your house. And I'll go, that $86 to bring? Yeah, we'll put them, I'll call an Uber, we'll put them in the Uber, they'll bring them over. It's like, I'm going to pay $77 to return this person's sunglasses. For some reason, there's an Uber where no one's in the car. You're just bringing stuff out.
I've had friends that have done that before.
And I'm like, it just feels like an exorbitant amount of money.
Right?
For returning
and then you
something.
have to communicate it to I did do that once when my toddler, my second kid at the time, hid my driver's license and I ended up at O'Hare. Did you know that you can fly with a Costco card and a TSA pre-check?
No, I did not know that.
So apparently because your Costco card is renewed every year, so it's renewed more frequently than your driver's license, they were like, totally fine that you don't have your driver's license. We know you got to make this flight for a speech in Chicago. And then they were like, also, you have pre-checks, so we've done a background check. You're okay. I think they just gave me a pat down and checked my luggage, right? But then I couldn't get my rental car at O'Hare. And it was a whole process. And I had my husband fax a photo to like a FedEx off-site. And then I had an Uber pick up the FedEx and bring it to the rental car facility. And I remember it was like $30. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Just give me the freaking rental car. It felt like
so many
dumb
damn
to pay
rules.
that money.
All right, stuff to get into. So there's this shooting at the ICE facility that took place very recently, and people were killed. And I've been saying this, and I think
detained immigrants were killed.
Oh, they were. I didn't hear the. Okay, so were they trying to kill detained immigrants?
Well, that was what leftists on X were saying, but then it turned out that no, the guy was actually anti-ICE, and I think he was just a very bad shot.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing that I've been saying for a long time. You are compelling people to take action if you keep talking this way about people who are trying to do a job. There's a way to disagree with people in a way that doesn't compel people to take action, but that's not the way they do it. And so the night before the shooting, Gavin Newsom was on Colbert. By the way, always note the deep leg cross.
You love to talk about the leg cross
because it is a competition with.
Did they like color coordinate their suits too?
Progressive guys cross their leg. The only one who'll go deeper than Gavin Newsom is Obama.
Obama does do it pretty deep. He almost can wrap his ankle like around his other foot. He
dislocates his hip on his left side so he can get a little more action.
Very flexible hip flexors.
I think these two guys work with like a Pilates instructor, and like the Pilates instructor, like on the first day, they go, "Are you having back problems or upper back or lower spinal?" And they go, "I want to learn I want to be able to cross my legs like I never had a cock and ball.
I want a virtue signal so much when I go on late night television."
If you saw them with their Pilates instructor, it would all be them sitting on a padded chair and the Pilates guy just forcing the deep leg cross is how you signal to your constituency that you are down because you don't have balls. All right, so here he is. I don't know. I mean, what is this?
He's letting the gray come in a little more. Good for him. He's embracing the age.
Is this good? Is this 10? Thank you. Is this 10 hours before the shooting? I don't know. Maybe it's 12 hours.
I think I'd see
All right,
this.
but here he is. Like if I just woke up, I went to bed whenever Terry Schiavo fell into a coma, and then I just woke up now and I turned this on, I'd go, "What's going on here?" "Well, this is a late night show." And I go, "Who's that?" "Well, he's the governor of California." I'd go, "Oh, what's going on? We got to take up arms." Like, we got to go.
He said you have to push back.
Well, not only got to push back, but he said that unmarked cars and masked guys with no ID were
grabbing people from behind.
Black and brown. It's always black. I don't know what black people. Don't you feel like black people just want to go? Can you just fucking leave me out of this one? Like this isn't us. This isn't us. Like I know you like to say black and brown, black and brown, black. Whatever.
They just got a broad swath.
Everything affects the black and the brown person. You cannot not include the blacks. Yeah. But I don't know how many blacks qualify for what exactly you're
like how many Ugandan
about.
Immigrants are being rounded up by ICE
and disappeared.
Like Haitian.
Disappeared means what? Give us examples. Who are we talking about? Who? No ID. No nothing. All right. So he's lying. I don't know how much more of this. I'll watch a little more. But sorry.
The chills are fine. Call the Democrat states.
All right.
And he said this literally 10 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered.
There's another clip.
Does he have no sensibility at all?
This is the greatest clip, which is I love the misuse of the word literally. I love it when people go, "I was so scared. I jumped out, literally jumped out of my skin. Literally. Okay? Literally jumped out. It's like, you're not using the word literally correctly. There. He's doing, well, let's listen to this one. This is good. This is a few days before. He's signing a bill. By the way, I love when Gavin Newsom gets angry. I love indignant Gavin Newsom.
I love when he goes indignant.
No, he is now. He was nice. There was nice
Gavin. He
used
to be nice Gavin. I feel like
now
he was nice when nobody pushed back.
Right. On him. And now he's like, you always look when he says damn.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, I'm sorry, but these damn rules. Mm-hmm. And it's like I can no longer contain myself because he's damn angry about it. It's the whole thing is it's such a thinly veneered, paper thin, hollow, tinny act. I would believe one of those plastic owls that they put up on the roofs of seagulls don't shit on your restaurant more than I believe this guy's acting. Why is it attractive to people?
It's only attracted to like a small group of people. And I have been hearing some rumblings that some high level Democratic donors do think that he might be the chosen one for 2028 because they think that they can like moderate him a little bit. I honestly think if they were smart, they'd choose Josh Shapiro, but I don't know if they're that smart. He's the male Kamala.
Yes.
Like the lack of empathy and realness. I think that
zero.
There's soulless. Zero. It's like it's such a shtick for him. There's not a genuine bone in his body.
But let's hear this one because he uses literally.
Mass people quite literally disappear.
All right, sorry, got to go back. Go back to the start. Sorry.
People in mass people quite literally disappearing. No due process, no rights in a democracy where we have rights.
No
Immigrants
rights.
have rights.
Immigrants.
And we're
all immigrants.
have the right to stand up and push back. And that's what
they're
we're
going to
doing
push back.
here.
All right. So anyway, people are literally disappearing. Like Merlin showed up with a magic wand and went poof, and just
Also,
literally disappearing people.
Is this like, this guy's been in government for a while. He's like a lawyer. I mean, how due process is for American citizens.
But also, Stephen Colbert or any one of these guys, can you stop them in the middle and go, look?
Of course not.
These people are trying to do a job. Now, maybe you disagree with it, and maybe they do things that you don't agree with on occasion, but they're not just showing up and grabbing Americans and
Turns out we have evidence to show that the people that they're disappearing are people who have, stood with Hamas and other people that have actually killed American citizens.
But also, it's
Like,
a
do we want
process.
those?
Everyone has a badge. Everyone has a job. Everyone gets processed. There's no rogue agents that are disappearing
I have friends
people.
that work for like FBI SWAT. Turns out when they go in and raid places, like remember that like whole Armenian money laundering thing where they were stealing money from the government from COVID and it was like tens of millions of dollars? They were U.S. citizens. FBI SWAT goes in, they're masked.
Right.
And then those guys get due process because all of that is a part of like the arrest warrant and the procedure to move forward and prosecute them at trial.
Right.
And this is like, they're conflating if you and I as American citizens were to get grabbed by masked men on the street from the government is very different than an illegal immigrant with alleged crimes that they have committed on top of illegally crossing the border.
Right. But if you thought
it's not the same, like I'm sorry, guys, you don't have the same rights.
No, they always say your constitutional rights. Well, constitutional rights apply to people who are legal citizens in the United States.
Yeah, but also, if you really break it down, it's super simple. They think Maryland dads are being snatched up off the street in unmarked vans, and we think ex-gangbanger human traffickers are being grabbed by the streets. It's the same guy. They think of him as a friendly Maryland dad. I think of him as a human traffickers in a gang.
And maybe there are some of these people that are in the in-between, right?
Yeah. Listen, look, there is going to be gray area. And things fall through the cracks. It's just the way it's going to work.
But these are the same people that wanted to arrest people for misinformation online during COVID.
Right.
This is the same guy that prosecuted the guy that did the undercover Planned Parenthood videos when they were selling baby body parts,
Right.
without all the HIPAA violations on the face of the planet. This is the same guy that wanted to dox with Kamala Harris, by the way, libertarian and conservative donors here in the state of California.
Right.
So the due process thing, I just don't believe because you and I are too informed and have brain cells to see through his BS.
Yeah, I mean, Obama weaponized the IRS against his enemies. I don't know how much process.
Our buddy Dave Rubin.
Yes.
He Newsom and the IRS came after him too.
Yeah, I don't know how much process that you get when the president weaponizes the IRS to go after conservative businesses or whatever.
Lower level staffers.
Yeah. All right, so I just want to see him on Colbert one more time, just the first 40 seconds, just to hear what he says, because this takes place, 10 hours before the shooting begins at the ICE facility. Just rogue?
Yeah.
Are these rogue ICE agents or just rogue citizens or individuals?
With no due process, masked cartel guys round up people in Mexico too, and he doesn't get too upset about that.
Right. But I love the hyperbole. Everyone's just like Tom Homan's just running around with a dart gun shooting people that are brown or black and dragging them in.
But he said there's no hyperbole.
Island.
He loves that word too.
There's no.
Literally and hyperbole.
Started from the beginning. He's not exaggerating.
He's proud of a law that doesn't do anything.
He's got jazz hands, man.
Now here's where the hero part comes in. He steps in. He stands up, but it's a lot of stand up and fight and push back and whatever. And here's what I'm saying on this show. Gavin Newsom is 60 and lying and fucking knows he's lying and knows he is using tons of hyperbole when he says no hyperbole. And everybody over the age of 45 in politics is lying their fucking ass off. He knows what's going on, and all he's doing is lying. Colbert's lying. They're all lying, and they're all just sitting there lying, and they don't care. All the old folks are lying. The people who are doing the shooting are in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not the old guys that are lying. The old guys are lying, and then they're motivating the young guys who are picking up the guns. Because what he's describing, I was kind of thinking about this. One of the best films of all time, although you're far too young to have seen it, Red Dawn.
Excuse me, that's like homeschool material.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original, the remake. What the hell?
Red Dawn. All right, what happened? What happened in Red Dawn? Well, in Red Dawn, what happened is what he's describing is going on in America.
Yeah.
This force swept in, this evil force swept in. They were disappearing people into camps. They're taking over in unmarked trucks. And he's describing essentially what happened to the town in Red Dawn is essentially what's happening in Los Angeles with ICE. And what's happening overall with Trump. It's our own people, but it's Trump doing it and calling the shots. Okay, so who's the hero of the movie in Red Dawn? It's the young kid renegades who hid in the hills, and they would come down on raids.
And drink the deer blood.
And they would shoot up. You did see this movie. They would come in and they would shoot up the bad guys, and then they would leave again. Did anyone go, oh, what's Charlie Sheen doing and Patrick Swayze? Wait a minute, you shot? No, they're the heroes of the movie because the invading, occupying force has taken over the town, and now they're rebelling and they're fighting and they're pushing back and they're yelling, Wolverines! He should just start yelling Wolverines.
But that would be hyperbolic. He would say that that's hyperbolic and that's outrageous.
Right.
And that's like, no, heaven forbid.
So you've convinced a bunch of, through your lies, through your reckless and dangerous lies, you've convinced a bunch of young men to pick up arms and fight. And by the way, if I believed 3 of your syllables, I would go out and fight as well.
Yeah, it's like the whole punch a Nazi in the face.
Right.
Authoritarianism, fascism, lots of freedom, like no due process. These are all really scary things. And from the people that for the last 10 plus years told people like me that conservative speech on college campus is dangerous.
Right.
Now they're trying to say, no, our speech isn't dangerous. Our calls to violence aren't dangerous. Just like on one side of the aisle is that dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, Newsom's lying and doing what he does for some reason, seizing something that he thinks important. Colbert's more of a useful idiot. He's just kind of going along with it.
Do you think Colbert's legs are under there? Do you think he's sitting crisscross applesauce?
No.
You think
you don't need to cross your legs if no one's watching. If they can't see your legs.
He gets to like man spread under there?
He's man spreading under there.
Okay.
Well, Newsom wouldn't need to cross his legs if they had a desk in front of him.
Oh.
But now that people are watching, you need to know how sensitive he is about how deeply he can cross his legs.
It's kind of the same thing as wearing a mask. If you wear a mask, you care about other people. He's demonstrating in that.
Well, unless you're ICE.
Not if you're ICE.
No, but that leftist way. Yes, a COVID mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you got news, Alicia Krause?
We do got news. Roseanne Barr is a little upset at ABC allowing Jimmy Kimmel to return. She says it's a double standard and talks about, quote, I got my whole life ruined, no forgiveness and all of my work stolen, and I was called racist for a time and eternity for racially misgendering someone. It just shows how they think, and it's a complete double standard. Of course, back in May of 2018, when she tweeted that former Barack Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett was a product of, quote, Planet of the Apes and of the Muslim Brotherhood, ABC yanked her show off the air despite the fact that it was one of the network's most watched series.
Yeah.
She says she thinks that it's not fair and she isn't holding her breath. I guess she didn't watch the monologue last night. She said she didn't expect him to apologize. And she said she's been blacklisted ever since. And she thinks it's not fair.
Well, no one will go along with me on this because when subjects of race come around, everybody gets scared. And then everyone who I speak to just disagrees with me instinctively. But you can look up pictures of Valerie Jarrett, and she looks like a middle-aged Armenian woman or something. She does not present as a black woman, is what I would say. I went last night because I was like, and I looked at like 5 pictures, and I just showed my girlfriend. I go, does this look like a black woman? She goes, no. But she's something. She can be, first off, this is America. Like if you talk to her and you went, what's your nationality? And she went, my dad's from Honduras and my mom is Dutch. I'd go, well, there you go. Like I would go, you liar, you're black. She doesn't, you can go to the page, the Google image page and look at 9 pictures of her, and she doesn't present as a black woman.
But she's a protected class because she's a leftist who worked for their demigod,
right?
Barack Obama.
But when Roseanne Barr makes the Planet of the Apes reference, and really that's what gets her is the race component, and then Roseanne goes, I didn't know the bitch was black later on. That was her apology. I would not know this is a black woman either by looking at pictures of her. I would assume she's something, but everybody in the United States is something. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of swarthy. If you got most Americans, you went, Valerie Jarrett, what is she? Quick. They'd go Armenian, I guess, or Hispanic. They'd go who?
They would say who, and then you say this lady, she worked for Barack Obama.
Well, okay. Go to the middle picture where she's standing next to an actual black woman.
Like she's with Michelle and Barack right there.
Go next to the middle. I use the word middle. Go to the middle picture. Well, you're going to have to go down because you moved it. Go to the middle where she's standing. All right. That's what a black woman looks like. This looks like a picture of a Hispanic woman standing next to a black woman or man. I don't know exactly what it is anymore. But the whole point is yes,
identifies as a woman.
She was railroaded. There's no doubt.
And so, and I get it's like it's 2 things can be true at once. You can be, against the Roseanne cancellation and also against the Kimmel cancellation.
I think if you're being consistent, you should be.
Right.
But you can't cheer one and not the other.
Well, yeah, and that's what people are kind of saying. And I think that's why you have people kind of on our side of the aisle that are like, yeah, it's time that they get what they deserve, because for so long, like in one of our other news stories, we have, all these people that were canceled and blocked on YouTube at the behest of the Biden administration, by the way, that are finally having their comeuppance.
This is my
Google
whole
reinstating their YouTube accounts years after they were banned for misinformation.
Okay. This is my whole thing with the whole Mark Ruffalos of the world. Please spare me your fucking constitutional arguments all the time and your crocodile tears. This is the Biden administration going to big tech and deplatforming people who disagree essentially with whatever message he may be putting out on any subject.
It happened to Jay Bhattacharya, Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, Stephen Crowder.
And you said nothing.
Yep.
You said nothing. Yep. You didn't say a fucking word. Yep. So please stop trying to convince me that you're interested in this. Because I did not hear a peep during COVID out of any of these people,
or even now that it's
now that it's out,
public information,
right?
That Google is admitting that the Biden administration pressed them,
right?
Like Google's like, yeah, they actually did.
No, I sent a tweet out to, I think it was, I know, Mike Birbiglia did a thing where comedians need to raise their voice, and I said, you didn't say shit during COVID. You said nothing, and you wanted to shut up comedians who did want to say something during COVID. So don't give me the raise the voices comedian thing. Why don't you just say we're going to cherry pick our subjects and decide whether we should be patriotic or not?
Somebody's on our side or not.
Right. And then we'll speak as comedians.
By the way, this wasn't just during COVID. This also was this Republican-led investigation, of course, this committee was looking into big tech companies, including Google, that censored and suppressed content on their platforms related not just to COVID-19, but also the 2020 election and Hunter Biden.
Oh, Hunter Biden. That didn't turn out. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, my whole thing is just be consistent.
Yeah,
be outraged if you think the government got involved with Kimmel's firing, and then be outraged now
at Meta and Google for this same bullshit.
And Biden.
Yep.
Be outraged over this, because this is a bigger government overreach.
Yep.
but you'll never say a word about it.
But it doesn't, you're right, it is a bigger government overreach because it didn't just affect like A-listers on the right side of the aisle. It affected people like my mom and my grandpa and my uncle. Like it affected if anything, one might outrage you more than the other because it affected not just the people with millions of dollars and millions of followers, but your average American that was utilizing these systems that they thought allowed them to have free expression, that was suppressing it the whole entire time.
Yes. All right. Give me one more before we bring her.
You want to talk about Miss Kamala Harris?
Yeah, she's great.
She says she now has concerns about trans student athletes and that Republicans misrepresented her take on trans issues during the campaign.
Wait. I got a philosophical question. I'll ask you, Dawson. I'll ask you too, Alicia. Who at their core is more hollow and sort of less genuine and more just paper thin? Is it Gavin Newsom or is it Kamala Harris? Like who? Here's what I want to say. Let's just say I have a graduated cylinder. You were homeschooled. You didn't have a Bunsen burner. I went to public school.
My tax dollars paid for you to have a Bunsen burner.
I failed Mr. Diliberti's biology class, but I have a graduated cylinder. Are you ready, Dawson? And are you ready, Alicia Crow?
Okay. All right. Here we go.
It's a graduated cylinder, and there's lines on it all the way up, and it's measured. It's there to measure liquid to see how high I get up there. Mm-hmm. And at the top, it says authentic person liquid. Okay. If I put...
God forgot to give that to Kamala.
If I put Gavin Newsom in a Cuisinart... And I know he's heavier than her, but let's erase that. I put Gavin Newsom in a Cuisinart, and I put Kamala Harris in a Cuisinart, and I made them into liquid, and then we dumped it into this graduated cylinder. Who would be more closer to a human? Who would get closer to the top of that? Now, they both be remarkably low.
True.
Right?
I would actually give it to Gavin.
You think he'd get up a little higher?
I think he would.
I
think he might too.
Right? You know why I say that? Because I think he's still kind of friendly with his ex-wife, Kimberly Guilfoyle. So I think that there's like a small dose of like normal humanity still left in that soulless body.
Right. And he doesn't have... He has kids.
It's like he's the Saja boy.
She doesn't have kids, right?
Demon hunters, and he might be able to.
She has
saved.
Doug Emhoff's kids.
Yeah, she's the problem. Kids.
She what?
She's step.
No kids for a woman is a little bit of a marker of less in the beaker, the cylinder. But go ahead.
Here's the problem: when you blend up Gavin Newsom, evil just turns into a gas form and escapes and takes a lot of that with you. I think Kamala is more of a person. I think she's a dumb person. I think Gavin is incredibly smart and calculated, and he knows the shit that he's doing. He's totally wrong.
Not incredibly smart though, because he can't answer a question.
Because he knows he's wrong.
Yeah, he doesn't want.
I know, but people. Hannibal Lecter was wrong too, but he could answer the question. You know what I mean? Like he.
Well, this is.
I agree with you. He can. He has little flashes of intelligence, but he also. When you're wrong, you get your shit together and you come up with an answer. He has well, maybe that was just
Kamala
me.
Couldn't do that either.
That's true. And she has no kids, which is a little soulless there. It's tough.
Hey, just as the woman in the room, I'm going to say some women might want kids and don't have kids, and some women have step-kids, and some women have foster kids and adopted kids, and they're
well, listen.
Gavin banged his campaign manager's wife.
Yeah. Foster kids... And adopted kids, that gets you higher up gets you more in the cylinder.
You're like sainthood in my opinion.
That's right. Mm-hmm. If Kamala Harris went, look, I have an...
Unless you're Amy Coney Barrett, because then the left doesn't like that.
Then they hate you, right. But if Kamala Harris said, look, I have reproductive issues, but I adopted a bunch of kids from Biafra or something, I'd be like,
then she would have more of the human
more
serum.
juice. All right, so you got...
I think you could forego the Cuisinart and blend Gavin in one of those magic bullets, and that's all he's going to get in the graduated cylinder. He's not a human.
Actual bullet. Okay, no, you say.
Although
you say Gavin more in the beaker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a graduate cylinder, but yes.
It's a graduate, just based solely on his like relationships. Right? Like his relationships
like
that he
I
has
said,
with people on the other side of the aisle.
I believe he's a good dad. I believe, he has kids. I believe he cares about his kids. And I think he has some sort of thing where he's not a bad guy. But we're getting to the point, and I think we need to get to this point, which is bad guys with bad and dangerous ideas are still dangerous people. Even if they come in a friendly package, or even if their heart is in the right place, you are you're a politician with a heart of gold who wants to give the young 17-year-old from the wrong side of the tracks a new lease on life, even though he's been arrested 14 times. So you turn him loose and he fucking stabs a citizen. Yeah. I'm sorry, heart of gold person. That still makes you a bad person.
Yeah, the intent wasn't there, but the result of it is the hellscape that is California.
Yes. By the way, I just want to be clear that a magic bullet is a type of blender.
Not a vibrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if it was, oh boy. I'm going to meet that lady.
He and Kamala have a similar answer, though, on the trans issue. It's like they say that they have concerns about it and it's not fair, but they don't give like a straight up answer about what they're going to do.
Gavin has to straddle a line of saying he's into fairness and it's not fair, but then he won't physically verbally take a stand on anything. Yeah.
Or tell the California Sports Commission to, not let...
You saying it's an issue of fairness is very ambiguous because both sides argue it's unfair that my daughter, who's now my son, or my son that's now can't compete against, so it's a cop-out zero answer.
It is. Kamala said, quote, "I agree with the concerns expressed by parents and players that we have to take into account biological factors such as muscle mass and unfair student athletic advantage when we determine who plays on which teams, especially in contact sports." But she continued, "With goodwill and common sense, I believe that we can come up with ways to do this without vilifying and demonizing children."
Nobody vilifies and demonizes. They just go, we don't want people with an unfair biological advantage whooping up on the girls.
Boy,
that's not demonizing or villainizing. We don't want it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like, what do you got? What's your problem with drag queens? I don't want them at the library dancing in front of 5-year-olds. That's all.
My favorite video.
You want to go down to Queen Mary and shake your fucking moneymaker and tuck your junk between your legs? Do it all night.
That is literally demonizing them.
I've demonized them.